Hello, Z here. Today is some practice with feet techniques for power cleans. And you can use a band or a barbell. So with power cleans, you are starting with the barbell at your shins. And this is, I'm using a band. You can use barbell or a band. I'll show you with both. I like to use a band at the beginning. And one of the things I'm practicing here is just three movements, three kind of reps with the band, and really practicing the placement and positioning of my arms. You can see they're just a little bit wider. Here's with the barbell, another view, a little bit wider than my knees, you can see. And one of the things too here I'm practicing, you can see I kind of rock back as I go up, right? And so what that means is that I'm not necessarily, that should be all one vertical line. So I'm really practicing just to make sure, because I have two different size feet that sometimes make an impression. One of the things I'm remembering too is here, you can see as I'm starting to go to my knees, the knees should be going back, right? Your arms should be maintaining pretty much the same position, right? And this is kind of one of my ideas too about, or one of the techniques I'm trying to emphasize, is that you're moving around the barbell, around the weight. So here you can see my feet. I'm really trying to, again, I'm as soon as that kind of tips up, my feet are tipping up, that's going to impact the rest of the lift. So with this, what I'm really trying to focus on is maintaining that connection with my foot all the time as I'm even going up. And also trying to practice pushing my knees back and moving away from the barbell. So here is a different angle. You can see more my chest and that positioning. I'm keeping my chest up, and this is the power clean. Okay, power clean is from the ground, and what I'm showing you here is it's going to be from the ground. You're going to jump and lift to your shoulders. Again, this is a technique that is a little bit more, if you aren't familiar with it, you might want to slow it down. But the power clean and the snatch are the two lifts that we use in the Olympic weightlifting. And I'm going to use a modification of both. Okay, here's another angle for the power clean, okay? Or this is a hang when you just have it to your shoulders, but I want to show you that movement. You can see here, that's a power clean. And as I'm watching myself back, one of the things I notice is I'm not really jumping, and you would hear the feet better if I was jumping better out, because that means I'm catching it versus, lifting the entire time. So here's an angle with my feet. And so as I'm looking at this, that's a hang if it's just from your hips. And then I'm going to try another power clean. One of the things I'm noticing is that because I'm still a little bit forward, it is probably one of the reasons I'm not able to jump up and be vertical. Here's an angle, power clean, pat, sit back. This felt okay, I remember. Then I go to a hang. And that, again, I'm not jumping enough. I do have like a hip, but this is going to be helpful. That even just there, I saw there's a point where I should be using my legs, but I'm using my arms, okay? And what that means is that my arms are doing more work, which means I can go heavier, but it also means that I'm not getting my legs engaged in the way that they should. So now it's a hang. This again, you can see it's a lot of, I'm pretty far forward, which just to me, like more of that power. Basically what I'm doing is I'm using my arms to float the bar upwards instead of using my legs. So today I'm going to do more cleans when I go to the workout. So I want to practice that explosive movement, right? And how that, I think this is the workout that I did, which was 5 hang cleans, because I'm still kind of with that hip, 5 push jerks, and then 5 front squats. And I did this 3 times through, and this was a nice little cardio at the end, getting my heart rate Sometimes my workouts take a long time, and sometimes I go in for techniques like this one. And this was really just me. Here's the 5 front squats. And this was a nice little workout that I did. It was at 30 kilos, which felt good. Then I tried to do some plank stuff, push-ups. I was pretty tired though. So here is another angle. If you wanted to do the 5 hang, 5 push press, and then 5 front squats, you can use dumbbells for that. Here is another angle for the 5. And with this, I really think I noticed as I was doing it that it was pretty heavy, but I felt like I wasn't using my strength. So here I can see immediately I'm not, the jump out, I'm kind of could be doing that a little bit closer together. There's something about the ankle, the positioning, which feels it's causing me to fall forward, right? And that just means that I need to engage and go a little bit further back. I think it partly is my hip. I'm not, fully confident, but I need to start putting a little bit more pressure on it or a little bit more work with it. But thank you for this technique video.